genetic testing has come down tremendously. Like that the app that I mentioned is called Hollis, Holis. So if you were to order the genetic test through Hollis, I think it's like $150 to $200. I can't remember exactly, but it's around a couple $100 for the genetic test. It's not like it used to be, which is, I mean, the first time it cost like $1 billion to sequence the first human genome. So the cost compared to, I mean, I don't know how much people spend on lattes in a month, but it's not that difficult and that expensive to get it screened out. And when you talk about like what foods are really kind of messing you up, yeah, just to give you an example, I mentioned my mother. So like to get very specific, so she had, so to talk about food, like, well, it can identify kind of superfoods and then which ones are kind of kryptonite. So she has an SH2B3 polymorphism. So that means wheat and gluten are very inflammatory for her. She didn't have celiac. It's not celiac, but it's just very inflammatory, but she doesn't know it. It's causing a lot of issues, increasing risk for dementia. She had an MCM6 polymorphism. I mean, dairy is also inflammatory for her. So identifying kind of kryptonite foods for her. And then when it comes to what should she be eating, it's a combination. So she had a FADS2 polymorphism, meaning she needs more omega-3 instead of the plant-based form, which is ALA. She had BCMO1, more vitamin A, VDR needs more vitamin D, collagen 5A1 means she needs more collagen protein. So the AI bring those together says, okay, the perfect food for you is sardines. You got the omega-3, you got all the collagen protein in the bones, you got the vitamin A and D in the little organs. And that's like the world's perfect food for you. Now, if she's not going to eat that, then we still know she needs those things and we know what her blood tests show and we can fill those holes in other ways. But having that data, you can figure out what are going to be the perfect foods for you, which ones should you avoid.
And so is this a thing that you'd want to do monthly to track? Would it be a one-time thing where you could know all this information and just assume you've made the corrections, like knowing that this is good food, this is not good food? Or is this something that you'd want to do over the course of a year with a couple of tests?
Yeah, so the genetics is once and it's ever, it never changes
Yeah.
again. The things you would want to repeat are the blood tests. So for example, if we have those genetics on her, but her blood test shows that her omega-3 level is great, well, then she doesn't need to eat more omega-3. Whatever she's doing is enough. She's
Mm,
solving that problem epigenetically. Whereas if her omega-3 levels were low and she had that SNP, we want to increase the omega-3 content of her food. But then when those levels come up, that's not the biggest need.